What's up, guys? This is Ofo, and I am back for my, occasional video. But this is a unused match I had against Scissors something. I can't really remember. It'll be in the title. And I did just kind of throw a team together because I hadn't really played Pokemon in that long. I didn't really have a team that I really wanted to use, so I just kind of threw this together. And it turns out to have a lot of weaknesses. As you might be able to tell, I actually have 4 fighting weaknesses, and then my other 2 Pokemon are actually immune to fighting, which is kind of funny. But that means that seeing that he has a Cobalion, I'm going to need to keep around my fighting immunities unless I want to get wrecked. So I do decide to lead with Chandelier here because I saw him have a Cobalion in the lead spot, which suggests it might be a more defensive set, or it might just be coincidence. I don't know, maybe a Stealth Rocker. But so that's why I do lead with Chandelier. He actually does the Weavile. I'm guessing predicting that. I didn't switch first turn because I thought that he was going to go for Pursuit because a lot of Weaviles carry it, and my switch was pretty predictable. But he actually just either plays it safe and goes for a Night Slash. He doesn't have Pursuit, so that kind of sucks. But I do just go into Steelix, who pretty much walls Weavile, despite me not being actually resistant to many of his moves besides Night Slash, just because Steelix is so bulky. Even if he went for Low Kick, that is super effective, and I'm really heavy, but that's non-stab, and I'm so defensive, so I really would not have taken that much from it. But I do take an Ice Punch with ease, get up my rocks, and then I go for Earthquake the following turn, predicting a switch into either Kingdra or Blastoise, because I know that he's probably not going to withstand, because he can't really do much, and a Gyro Ball on my end will probably take him out. So this was a kind of interesting move. I decided to go for Curse this turn, because I thought it might be, a Dragon Dance physical set, and if it was, I didn't want him getting +1 attack and speed, so I figured if I Cursed up, I could then live the Waterfall, the +1 Waterfall with +1 defense, and take him out with a +1 Earthquake. But he actually decides to switch into his Azelf. I'm guessing he's predicting a switch, because as you find out later, that's actually a special Kingdra set, and if I had known that, I definitely would have switched out. But he does actually just end up going for Trick on his Azelf. I don't know if that was his plan or what, but I am able to take him out with a Gyro Ball, even with increased speed, just because I was at -1 speed and Steelix is so slow. And Azelf isn't exactly the most physically defensive. So he brings in his Blastoise. I decided to switch because there's really not anything I can do to him because I'm locked in a Gyro Ball. And I do go into my Frostlass just to block that Rapid Spin, which I was pretty sure was going to come. So I do just take this opportunity to get up Spikes because I know that I'm pretty much guaranteed at least 2 layers. Unfortunately, he does go for Scald, and he does get the burn the first turn, which means that I can't set up another layer of Spikes and then Destiny Bond because I will be dying from burn damage. So I am just forced to go for Spikes and then let myself get taken out by Scald and burn damage together this following turn. So, I mean, it's not horrible because I do have Stealth Rocks and Spikes, but I want to go into a Pokemon that can, force this Blastoise out so that he can't just go for Rapid Spin. So I do go into my Sawsbuck, and I wasn't actually sure if a Horn Leech would kill because I'm not actually, I'm Jolly, and I'm actually have Lumberry over Life Orb. So I'm not sure if that would have taken him out. It might have. But I do just go for Horn Leech, hoping it would. He actually does go into his Cobalion, which, he takes that really well. I mean, I know it's resisted, but that's even a little surprising. So I do just go for Nature Power, which turns into an Earthquake, just to see how much it's going to do. And seeing it do that little, I'm guessing he's physically invested. He does take the opportunity to go for Thunder Wave, but like I said, I do have Lumberry, so I am able to recover from that. I have Lumberry in the set because I found myself... It's a Swords Dance, Horn Leech, Nature Power, Mega Horn set. I found myself whenever I set up with Swords Dance, I would get paralyzed. So that's why I put on Paralyzed or put to Sleep. So that's why I put on Lumberry. But I do get off another Earthquake, but he is able to go for a second Thunder Wave and paralyze me for good this time. He then takes the next turn to set up Stealth Rocks, which obviously concludes that he definitely is a defensive set with probably some defensive investment and Thunder Wave and Stealth Rock. Now that's not a bad set at all. Considering Cobalion actually has some pretty nice natural defenses and is a Steel type, which has pretty good, obviously, typing. So I do take him out. He then goes into Weavile, and I do want to switch here because I really have no reason to stay in because I would just be dying to an Ice Punch, and I have a pretty easy switch in the form of Steelix. I mean, Like I said earlier, Weavile can't do much to me besides go for either Ice Punch or Low Kick, and neither of them's going to be doing that much, and I can just easily threaten him out with a Gyro Ball. So this turn, I do predict him to switch out into somebody. I thinking his Blastoise, and so I go into my Tauros. The reason that I made the switch is because I realized that if he did go into his Blastoise there, he could have spun away my rocks, and there's nothing I could have done about it. And I also thought that with the Stealth Rocks and Spikes up, my Tauros had a very good chance of actually, it's a Stealth Tauros, actually just finishing off most of his team. Unfortunately, I see that his Blastoise is actually at full health, so even after Stealth Rocks and Spikes, it's not going to be a one-hit KO. Very fortunately, however, I do get a critical hit, which I'm not gonna lie. I know it definitely mattered in the KO, and it made things a lot easier for me. I don't know if it really mattered in the long run. I probably would have won anyway, but I don't know. I mean, that kind of sucks for him. So he goes into his Rose Raid. I'm obviously fearing the Giga Drain, so I go into my Sawsbuck, take that Giga Drain pretty easily, and get to +1 attack. So just kind of as redemption for that critical hit on the Earthquake, I do get fully paralyzed this turn, which means that I can't take him out with a Mega Horn. And that kind of matters in the sense that I can't be switching in my Tauros more than once because of that. But again, I don't think that's exactly redemption. I mean, that was a pretty major critical hit. So I do just go for Mega Horn, I take him out, I hit it the second time, so that's good. I take out his Roserade, and now I believe he's down to his last guy, which is his Kingdra. He, after Stealth Rocks and Spikes, he has pretty low health. He does just take him out with a Draco Meteor. I'm not sure exactly if he's a mixed set or if he is just specially attack invested, but seeing that he doesn't actually have any Life Orb recoil or Leftovers recovery, I'm guessing he's either Scarfed or Spiked. Scarfed or Spect. Either way, I can go on my Tauros and at 14 HP outspeed with my Scarf and take out this Kingdra for the win. So that was a pretty good game. I think it was a 3-0. It was the first game I played. I haven't really had a lot of time to commentate and play Pokemon, so hopefully this will, hold you guys over till my next video. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day, guys.